এই যে রেকর্ড বার করেছো? আছে লোক?
Monthly list 942.
কেউ তো নেই, লোকই তো নেই। রাখো আর লোক, এগুলো দেখবো, হ্যাঁ? আরেকবার ডেকে দেবেন পর। হ্যাঁ, পেজ নাম্বার কত?
Item number 51.
For the statement. That is contempt.
Partial jurisdiction has served the contempt petition upon the alleged contemner. Thereafter, my lord, order has been complied with.
Last occasion.
Obstruction which is made by the private respondent has been removed by demolishing the illegal and unauthorized construction.
It can be disposed of.
This is my instruction, madam.
On last occasion also I have filed the compliance report, my lord, and I also
Sure.
have the
Anirban, Mr. Solan's advocate for the petition, affidavit service filed on behalf of the petition is taken on record. Mr. Solan's advocate for the petitioner submits upon instruction that the order of this court has been duly complied with. Mr. Anirban Sarkar, learned advocate for the state, also submits that as per the compliance report. Who is submitting this compliance report? Submitted by the subdivisional officer and subdivisional magistrate. The order of this court has been duly complied with. In view of the above, the contempt petition being CPAN 1425 of 2024 stands disposed of upon compliance.
Extremely good.
Item number 52.
is pending consideration. Now we are also we are filing the Right to Information Act. Is what the concerned panchayat. We are filing the company with 33 have given us a reply. আপনার আবেদনের ভিত্তিতে আপনাকে এবং সনাতন এক নম্বর গ্রাম পঞ্চায়েতের পক্ষ থেকে পরিদর্শন করা হয়েছিল। সালিসি সভা এবং পরিদর্শনের নিম্নলিখিত বিষয়টি পরিলক্ষিত হয়। এক পরিদর্শনকালে দেখা যায় যে নির্মাণ কাজ করছেন সনাতন মণ্ডল, নির্মাণ কাজ সংক্রান্ত বৈধ কোনো কাগজপত্র দেখাতে পারেনি। দুই, তখন সাহা সনাতন মণ্ডল বিরুদ্ধে জমি দখল ও নির্মাণের কাজ করছেন বলে যে অভিযোগটি করেছেন তা সেই অভিযোগের পরিপ্রেক্ষিতে পঞ্চায়েত কোনো মন্তব্য নেই, কারণ সেটি রাস্তার ধারে নির্মাণ কাজটি হচ্ছে, সেই রাস্তাটি পঞ্চায়েতের নয়। তিন, সনাতন মণ্ডলের নির্মাণ কাজ সংক্রান্ত কোনো অনুমতি পঞ্চায়েতের কাছে নেয়নি। Therefore, there was no sanction plan. I cannot say this was an encroachment. Rightly, Panchayat said they cannot say about encroachment. But three, they have stated there is no sanction plan. And number 30 comes to page 34, I have given a representation that is also given.
Yes. But do what the panchayat wants to say that it is encroaching upon the road.
That Milord definitely rightly said, Milord, privately.
Okay, so
I
first,
cannot come to the petition, neither Panchayat cannot. But three
But
Milord
the-
definitely it says there is no sanction plan. That has to be looked into.
okay,
May I, my lord, kindly see, my lord, the prayer of the writ petition, my lord. My lord, this writ petition is not, my lord, maintainable, my lord.
Hmm.
Since the Panchayat authority has no power to pass an order, prohibitory order, my lord. My lord, kindly see, my lord, the prayer A, my lord, of the writ petition, my lord. A read in the nature of mandamus and direct the respondent to, that is the, my lord, the Panchayat authority, my lord. And to stop the illegal and unauthorized construction, my lord. My lord, the Panchayat authority has neither power to stop the constructions, not to demolish, not to pass any order as to demolition, my lord. Only the authority is the subdivision officer who may pass an order as to the demolition, my lord. My lord, in accordance to section 23, subsection 5, my lord. And to that effect, my lord, one judgment is also there, my lord, of our High Court, my lord, divisional judgment. My lord,
will cause inspection.
my lord,
Panchayat will cause an inspection, thereafter report and send.
my lord,
It's subdivision.
my lord, another thing is that, my lord, the petitioner is the erstwhile owner of the private respondent, my lord. My lord, kindly come to, my lord, page, my
Erstwhile
lord,
owner of the private respondent.
private respondent.
You are the purchaser.
I am the purchaser. The, my lord, kindly come to, my lord, page 19, my lord. The building against Moja 6, second paragraph, my lord. Page 19, my lord. May I read, my lord? No, no, no. Well, it's illegible. May I read, my lord?
Hmm.
Well, the second paragraph. Moja 6 নম্বর করিমপুর খতিয়ান LR 1278 no. তারপর দাগ LR 209 2 শতক LR 1094
Anyway,
census,
yes.
মোট 143.32 বর্গ ফুট মাপের দুইখানি ব্যবসায়ী উপযোগী পাকা টাইল যুক্ত নতুন দোকান সহ জমি বিক্রি। মানে meaning thereby the building which has been raised by the petitioners himself, and after selling out this property to the petitioner, he has raised and complained, my lord. And my lord, at the time of the selling out of that property to the private respondent, my lord, the petitioner assured the respondent to supply all the documents pertaining to permissions, but that has not been as yet been handed over to the petitioner. And to that effect, my lord, the one FIR has been lost by the private respondent against the petitioner, my lord. This is the, my lord, the copy. And not only that, my lord, in the entire petition, my lord, the petitioners all along suppressed the factum as to that he has stated that the petition, the private respondent has raised the building by demolishing the existing structure. But the factum is that, my lord, the private respondent purchased two new constructed two buildings, two shop to, my lord. But the deed speaks itself, my lord. The page 19 is itself the, my lord, the schedule of the deed, my lord. 17 onwards, my lord. 17, 18, 19. My lord, only for the purpose of taking undue advantage in terms of consideration, my lord, the petitioner has filed this writ petition. After selling out this property, the petitioner claimed a certain sum of rupees, a certain amount to the private respondent, but the private respondent refused. Thereafter, my lord, this petition has been.
Okay.
Well, if your lordship give me a liberty to file an affidavit, on the next I will file.
Kindly come, I'll short reply. Kindly come to the page 33.
Yes.
Milord, admitted position, Milord, it has been sold to the portion of the Milord property, the landed property was sold. Now, Milord, it was demolished Now new construction has been raised, that is appearing from the report itself. Shall we see number 1? Point number 1. পরিদর্শনকালে দেখা যাচ্ছে সনাতন মণ্ডল নতুন নির্মাণ কাজ করছে। It was demolished, that tile shed building was demolished. Now new construction is being raised. This is not my report. নতুন construction করছে এবং সনাতন মণ্ডল নির্মাণ কাজে বৈধ কোনো কাগজপত্র দেখাতে পারে।
But the deed is
Let it be inquired into by the country.
Exactly.
Ashun, this writ petition has been filed seeking direction upon respond number 2. Who is for the state? Affidavit of state, is there any advocate? Pradhan to services.
Well,
You is for the state?
no. My lord, may I place one judgment, my lord? Wherefrom it appears that the Panchayat authority has no authority to pass an prohibited order, my lord. But the prayer which has been made out in this writ petition.
You are not understanding what he's saying. He is not pressing that. He is pressing for an inquiry on the basis of his representation, which has to be made by the Pradhan. That is statutorily. Yes. If it is any new construction, as you say that there is no new construction, he says that there is new construction as per report. Let him inquire into the matter. And if he finds that there is no new construction, there is no question of section 23 coming into operation. Because section 23 starts with new construction. Pradhan has been served. P815. Private respondent also state. So, Mr. Mahata, Mr. Mahata, you appear in this case. If you have not heard, the case of this petitioner is that property was sold out to the respondent number 3, and he says that this is old structure. Petitioner says that no, after demolition of the old structure, new construction has been undertaken. Pradhan make an inquiry. Yes.
Whether there is any sanction plan or not.
Okay.
If it is not, then he will refer the matter to the substitutional commission.
This writ petition has been filed seeking direction upon respondent number 2, Pradhan. Pradhan. Korimpur 1 Gram Panchayat. To stop the work of construction undertaken by private respondent number 3. The petitioner contains that a portion of the property comprised within Mouja 6 Karimpur, LR number 12. This is LR number, it is sheet number or dag number? What is LR dag number 1278 within bracket 3 KRI. RS dag number 209. LR dag number, now it is dag number 9. Dag number take it in. LR number. LR dag number 1094. Measuring more or less 0.329 shato. This is the total area of land 032. You come to paragraph 3 of your application.
This portion was sold out to the private respondent, my lord.
0329.
Along with
Along with two
shop room, my lord.
two shop rooms.
17. Two new, my lord.
Comprising of 2 shop rooms.
Yes, my lord. Two new shop room, my lord. At page 17, my lord.
2 shop rooms.
Nine.
2 shop rooms. The private respondents, without obtaining any sanctioned building plan, has started work of construction over the said plot of land. A representation was made on 22nd November 2024. Okay. No, 8th August. Which is your representation?
Page 34 में 34 the RTI page 34.
The representation was made on 8th August 2024 before the Pradhan, alleging of such illegal construction undertaken by private respond number 3. However, no steps has been taken, hence this writ petition. Mr. Sonak Bhattacharya, learned advocate for the petitioner, submits that as per the reply to the RTI application, the work of construction has been undertaken by respondent number 3 without obtaining any sanction plan. Therefore, the work of construction requires to be undertaken by respondent number 3 requires to be inquired into to the extent of its legality. It seeks for consideration and disposal of the representation of the petitioner dated 8th August 2024. Annexure না annexure দিতে হবে না, ডেট আছে, ঠিক আছে। P6 P6 দেখি P6 is the rough sketch map.
It's 45. Page 34.
You give a
page
copy.
page 30.
No, you give a copy along with this order, give a copy to the Pradhan for Mr. Swansol, learned advocate, in reply to the aforesaid contention of the petitioner, Mr. Swansol, learned advocate for respond number 3, submits that the shop rooms are new one and those have been purchased by the petitioner, purchased by the respondent number 3 from the petitioner. Therefore, there is the question of making unauthorized construction by the respondent number 3 does not arise at all. He seeks for dismissal of the writ petition. None appears on behalf of the state. Next line, Mr. Lolit Mohan Mahata, learned advocate, learned additional government pleader who usually appears on behalf of the state, is requested to appear in this matter. Let the appointment of Mr. Mahata be regularized by the concerned authority. Having considered submissions of the learned advocates for the respective parties as well as the reply to the RTI application dated 22nd November 2024 of the Pradhan Karimpur 1 Gram Panchayat. But your reply date ta di na? Date. Only date. The Pradhan Karimpur 1 Gram Panchayat, respond number 2, is directed to consider and dispose of the representation of the petitioner by adopting the following procedure. Inspection, then in presence of both the sides, inspection, then hearing, and if it transpires if there is any illegal construction, shall take steps in accordance with section 23 of the West Bengal Panchayat Act. The aforesaid exercise shall be taken by respond number 2 Pradhan within a period of 2 months from date of communication of this order. Learned advocate for the petitioner is directed to communicate this order to respond number 2 along with a copy of the representation. Since no affidavit has been called for, the averments made in the writ petition is deemed to be not admitted. It is made clear that the court has not gone to the merits of the writ petition. disposed of.
Like,
53,
এই, সুজিত বাবু, এটা রেকর্ডে নিন। Affidavit of service. Is it address
We
of
have on behalf of the petition
respond number 5, sir?
refuse it by the Pradhan.
Refused. You are for Pradhan?
I'm appearing for respondent number 6, Board of Waqf, Chief Executive Officer, Board of Waqf. It's a Waqf party, that's why make a party.
Sure. Your state.
Private respondent without taking any sanction plan from the concerned panchayat carried on ongoing illegal construction. First, nature of the land. Secondly, is jol. No conversion is there. Till in public display, we find it, which is annexed here with
Kuralla Muhammad Waqf Street.
page 15. Annex P1.
331.
P1. Page 15. Nature of the land is jol, water.
Yes. Yes. So you are the resident of that village? You
Sorry,
are adjacent neighbor?
I am the beneficiary of the Waqf estate.
You are the beneficiary.
Beneficiary.
Where have you stated in the writ petition?
Uh, Writing in the cost. We are the beneficiary and the local people of the.
No, where have you stated that you are the beneficiary?
It is a Waqf property.
This regard, we didn't file any objection before the board, my lord. Just straight away come here and solve this.
Kindly page 16, I have submitted a representation before the concerned Pradhan.
Related Waqf matter, my lord, because I did it before the tribunal. not High Court.
Alternative remedies, seeking alternative remedies. It is on the behalf of the.
Violation, that point of view,
There is
High
a,
Court can entertain. But in other way, Waqf party that should be
there-
agitated before the Waqf board, then Waqf tribunal, then High Court.
Lordship, another matter where I was on behalf of the petitioner, Justice Vijit Gangopadhyay, entertained the Waqf matter. Uh, and give a demolish order there.
কি দিয়েছে কলকাতা মিউনিসিপাল কর্পোরেশন মি ওয়ান ডকুমেন্ট
I am seeking relief on West Bengal Panchayat Act, not Waqf Act.
ইয়েস
Kindly consider pair A only. There is illegal construction ongoing. I submitted representation before the concerned Pradhan. Nature of the land is jal, water.
It's an against Mutwalli. Mutwalli of the Waqf state. Against private respondent, he has been served or not? Mutwalli appointed by the board. Allegation against Mutwalli. Kindly come to page 4, paragraph 3. The petitioner states that ongoing illegal construction by Anamul Sheikh. Anamul Sheikh appointed by the board as a Mutwalli. So any allegation against him, first he agitated before the board.
But we
প্রভিশন
Huh? 95, 90. But before that, I am citing one judgment, Supreme Court. 2010-14 Supreme Court is a Board of Waqf versus Anish Fatma. My lord, kindly the page, paragraph 16, 17, and 18.
Anish Fatema judgment issue is different, my lord.
Waqf and Waqf related matters should be
But,
agitated before the tribunal.
I have submitted a order passed by Abhijit Gangopadhyay, Justice Abhijit Gangopadhyay, where I was on behalf of the petitioner. Justice entertained the writ petition and gave a direction to demolish the illegal construction. Judgment is different issue.
No, no representation has made before the board.
Then, my lord, no representation has been made to the court, my lord. At least it's.
Pradhan is the authority.
Court, my lord, and then, my lord,
Na allegation against Mutwalli, na?
as.
Pradhan is the authority. I treated as the Mutalli as a private respondent here. It is
order to
under
give
West
reference to
Bengal
object-
Panchayat Act. Right?
property and demarcating. 83.5. Section 83.5. Section 83.5. Show your friend. And also this paragraph 10 of the judgment. Mm. 3R.
My lord, kindly see section 64. Any allegation against Mutawalli, there is a provision for removal by the board. Section 64. We should first give representation before the board. Board will.
Yes.
Presence party also private response. That presence are required. Right? It's making illegal construction.
Five.
Five.
What is the submission with regard to this section 83, 84, and 85?
No representation made before the board. Board under whether Mutawalli is making illegal construction or not, that will be required. The respondent number 8, Mutawalli is also party proceeding and
Kindly matter fixed another date. I
7. Sorry, 7.
properly.
You want to go through the provisions? Come back. You find out in this decision which he has referred in para 10, it says that any dispute, and Honorable Supreme Court says that it has a wide connotation. So any dispute. Now the property, if it is a Waqf and any dispute, you say that illegal construction has been undertaken over the Waqf property, that should be brought to the notice of the board. Thereafter, the board will act.
If the sanction plan is Panchayat, it Waqf property or secular?
No,
property?
no. Waqf property law is that the
Go
first
back.
you give consent, get consent from the Waqf board, then place
Because
the
the
municipality or panchayat.
Waqf Act provides the power of civil court to the tribunal, which can act in accordance with, like, issuing injunctions in the form of a mandatory or restraining order can be passed by the tribunal. So in that event, even illegal sanction is made, that will be brought to the notice of the Waqf, which will pass necessary order. But you go through this and make your submissions, come back after 1 week, and you go through this decision also.
Another judgment.
Asham. Affidavit of service filed on behalf of the petitioner is taken on record. It is found that the notice sent to the Pradhan, respondent number 5, Pradhan, Mohammadpur Gram Panchayat 2, has returned with endorsement, postal endorsement, refused, inward comma, refused, which tantamounts to good service. Mr. Swensu, learned advocate for the petitioner, submits that the respondent number 3, private respondent is 3. Private respondent number 7 has undertaken illegal construction over the Waqf property situated, comprised within LR plot number 331, Khatiyan number 142, Mouja Nilpur, jail number 192, under PS Nondigram. Measuring more or less 1.06 acres, classified as Jol. He seeks that necessary orders be passed for demolition of the construction, unauthorized construction undertaken by the private respondent over the property in question. Mr. Swensul, an advocate appearing for respondent number 6, submits that the dispute of illegal construction is in respect of Waqf property.
Registered workers, registered before the board.
Waqf property, stop. As per the provisions of Section 84 of the Waqf Act, the Waqf Tribunal is the appropriate authority to decide such dispute. To buttress his contention, he relies on a decision of Honorable Supreme Court, 2010, Volume 14, 2010, 14 SCC 588. He also indicates that no such application has been filed by the petitioner before the Waqf Board. In view of his above submissions, he press that the present writ petition is not maintainable. Parallel and an advocate for the state also submits in the similar fashion. Learned advocate for the petitioner seeks accommodation to places replies. You go through the act, please. This matter however 25 in motion at a written in motion date din please this matter this in hobe 25
No representation made before the board, that should be.
noted. Girish, 30th April. Returnable motion. চলো হয়ে যাবে যেটা দিয়েছে থাক দুটো কপি আছে একটা দিয়ে দাও বইটা দিয়ে দিই
Item number 54.
Yes. Okay.
Waiting for the state law.
Now the property of the god is not safe. The hands of the my lord, respondent number 7. The property was in the name of my lord, Baba Loknath.
Jew.
It has been recorded in the name, but my lord, without any permission from the Panchayat authority, the private respondent made construction and trying to encroached some portions of our land. we have filed a representation before the local Pradhan and the BDO. That should be decided to be directed to be considered. That is our simple prayer. Page 17.
Petitioners are the owners and petitioners are the Sebaites.
Yes.
And who are the private respondents?
My lord, he is a local resident.
I had purchased the set and the question that is just one of the and then I got
My lord, the authority is the block development officer. Let him inquire if he's in his own land. We have got no case. But our case is that we are the recorded owners. It has been, my lord, recorded. Our names, they have been making encroachment. Yes, maybe. These are the question of facts to be inquired into by the block development officer.
I had applied to the Panchayat Procedural vendor kindly with the Avedhan doctor. I got granted permission to construct on 21/3/2023 after payment of requisite fees.
That is on your own land, but not in our land. We have stated
572.
paragraph 3, my lord.
Absolutely.
Paragraph 3, we have stated the said Uttam Kumar Das Honor may construct a new construction, one-storied building, 2 shop-rooms without prior permission, local Gram Panchayat in plot number 3569, and trying to occupy the land of the petitioner forcibly. Respondent 7 does not follow the Panchayat building law. Respondent 7 has also forcibly putting building materials on the land of the petitioner and obstructing petitioner possession and enjoyment thereof. As a result, the trustee committee facing difficulties in holding hut. The said Respondent Uttam Das trying to capture some portions of. So, my lord, he has been seeking to encroach. He has constructed his building in his own place, no problem. That is not right.
My construction
But his encroachment of my land should be, my lord, looked into by the block development officer. And if there is an encroachment, that should be removed. If not,
my construction activities are strictly restricted to the
so why he is afraid?
scheduled property. And it is due to their.
What is the schedule? What is your property? Your property is 3569 is your property. It is adjacent to the property of the petitioner.
My construction activities are strictly related, strictly inside my own area.
If that is so, the block development officer, man, he is the authority of the state. You look it. Nothing more, nothing less. We are not asking any interim order or here and now demolition or injunction. We have raised specific allegations.
The petitioner.
This inquiry be made.
Constructed window and mandir.
Find out
It is
that
equal.
Yes.
This one is.
every
Then why are you keeping your materials in the land of the petitioner?
paragraph 3.
7. Who's putting building with the land of the petitioner or obstructing the petition? Some portion of land.
And the Mandir committee objected.
I don't know.
Paragraph 3 and
Where is the permission?
Here, handed over to your lordship ballot.
Oh, this one, yes.
In page number 1 of that, with the and in page number 14, Aurangabadi Shodhusha Koli particular, and in page number 4, the permission itself is there, dated 21/3/2020.
scheduler plan.
The Duke plan is contained in the
Let's 6-9.
Four.
on the top matter. আমি আমরা আপনার গ্রাম পঞ্চায়েত এলাকার অন্তর্গত পাঁচশালী গ্রাম নাম্বার 157
5774 নম্বর খতিয়ানের অন্তর্ভুক্ত
বাড়ি
বাড়ি
মালিকের দেওয়া হলো।
আমাদের দখলীকৃত জায়গার পরিষ্কার বর্ণিত তালিকা অনুযায়ী প্রদান করিয়া নতুন কাঠামো নির্মাণ হওয়ার আবেদন জানাই।
Well, state
Let there be an inquiry, my lord, and
the dispute is civil in nature, no?
The video is the authority, my lord. He will look into the matter.
No.
If there is encroachment, that should be removed.
And what did the civil court do? এটা কি?
On-site authority.
Donation for development. Assume affidavit of service filed on behalf of the petitioner is taken on record. This writ petition is filed. Seeking direction upon the respondents for removal of unauthorized construction in plot number 3569, Mouja Natsal PS, Mohisadal district, Purbo Mednipur, undertaken by respond number 7. And for removal of the unauthorized occupation of the respond number 7 in the land of the petitioner. The petitioner contains that the petitioners are the Sebayats,
Baba Loknath.
Sebayats of Baba Loknath Jew Trust, and the land comprised within LR plot number 3602 and 3665 within Mouja Natshal, jail number 157. This is 23 acres. What is the land? Is
Land,
23,
my lord, only 23 decimals.
23?
Decimals. 23 and 1 decimal. Oh, 24 decimals.
24 decimals. Police station Mohisadal, district Purbo Mednipur. The private respondents are the adjacent plot owners, being LR plot number 3569, measuring 4 decimals of land. The petitioner contains that the private respondents have illegally encroached into the land of the trust. And also made construction without following the Panchayat building laws. Legal notice. A legal notice was issued on 2nd August 2024 on behalf of the trust committee with the contention of such illegal activities of respond number 7. However, no steps has been taken. Hence this writ petition. Mr. Ghulam Mustafa, learned advocate for the petitioner, submits that the matter may be relegated to the concerned local Gram Panchayat or the block development officer to cause inquiry. Yes. None of this. It's entirely a civil dispute. Learned advocate for the petitioner submits that this is the petitioner by dint of a deed dated 17th May 2017 has purchased the property and has undertaken construction as per permission accorded by the local Gram Panchayat. Private residence, sorry. The dispute is civil in nature. Work of construction as per the permission granted by the local Gram Panchayat. He files a copy of the deed dated 17th May 2017 as well as the permission accorded by the Pradhan Natsal Gram Panchayat, which is taken on record. Learned advocate for the state leaves the matter to the discretion of the court. Upon going through the averments made in the writ petition, it is found that the contention of the petitioner is precisely of encroaching the land of the trust. The dispute appears to be civil in nature. Accordingly, the writ petition falls short of merit. The writ petition being numbered WP 1414 of 2025 stands dismissed. It is left open to the petitioner to approach the jurisdictional civil court.
Otherwise, one they would take the point of.
Yes.
It's true.
No, thank you. Sir. Thank you.
Next matter, both the parties are.
I'm appearing for the Milord, the private respondent number
I'm for the
10.
Lordship, I am appearing for the state respondent led by Mr. Shantanu Kumar Mitra.
Lord, I have a very innocuous prayer for consideration of my representation. But what happened? The only thing is that I am a patta holder, Rayati. On my land, the private respondent has started construction. My allegation is against the Panchayat authority that they have given sanction approval without verifying the land to be patta. Kindly come to page 21 for once.
So this sanction has been given in favor of whom?
Private respondents. Without checking and verifying, inspecting that it is my land, it is a patta holder. I'm a patta holder. Over patta land, under the Awas Yojana, they cannot make it. Page 21.
Awas?
Page 21.
Oh.
And 22 is my representation. I am
Pradhan, who is it representing Pradhan?
State would take. I made representation
State is
before.
not representing
No,
the
no, no.
person.
State is not Pradhan. Lord, I have made representation at page 22. Let that be considered by the DM. That much. Upon granting hearing to.
Funds under third parties over our
Lordship, I have a report from the block development officer Goalpokot 2. Lordship, I want to file this report in the form of an affidavit, Lordship. Because
Okay.
there are certain facts that I want to bring it on record, Lordship.
But then this land does not belong to the private respondent. How could the amount be allotted to the private
Lordship,
respondent?
that I will deal with in the affidavit, Lordship, in the report in the form of an affidavit, Lordship.
Page 21, kindly see my recording of land. It is a patta land. Patta land, others cannot enter and construct under Awas Yojana. Because Panchayat has not.
But then fund has been sanctioned in favor of the private respondent.
They had.
Under the hours.
So what happens? The person who claims this benefit, they show that they have a land and they get the benefit. But after that, it is the Pradhan who needs to inspect and see whether it is proper. Then the sanction approval is given.
Okay.
That has not been done. So let the.
But once this application is made, there is no verification from the end of the authority who is sanctioning the fund.
It is for the Panchayat authorities.
No. The authority which is sanctioning the fund pertaining to Awas Yojana,
Yes.
they don't make any verification of the land which has been applied for.
It is verified through the Panchayat authorities.
Okay.
They give the signal, green signal, then it is to be done. But they are constructing. Therefore, my representation will be considered by the DM. That is my humble prayer.
What is the state has to file? How this fund has been released in favor of the private
DM can
respondent?
consider the whole issue. No problem.
Let them file an affidavit. Let's see.
Very well. Very.
Mr.
Can you give the particular document?
Mr.
Only one is that issue will not, but before another coordinate, this order has been passed.
Now, possibly my learned friend is submitting the civil dispute. It is not civil dispute because it is the Panchayat authority, those who have allowed it. It is not between the private and
They submit that they are in possession of relevant property, the petitioner trying to
Yes, how
appeal
can?
in land.
It's a patta land in my name. And even if they are staying, then they are staying illegally. Cannot. Patta to page 21, patta is in my favor. How can they stay?
The entire Moja, all the vested land of that Moja is recorded in the name of either in the name of the petitioner or his relatives.
Yes.
The petitioners are the Jomindars, erstwhile Jomindars of that locality, Milord, and due to Milord subsequent political disputes, Milord, the complaints.
How can I have being a
Affidavit
Jamindar?
of service,
how can I
affidavit
have
of service
patta?
filed on behalf of the petitioner is taken on record.
Jamindars do not have pattas.
Okay, Pradhan,
Patta is a agricultural cultivators. They so got the pattas.
if they are jamindars, then how the patta has
How
been
the
granted?
patta has been issued to me? Zamindars don't get patta. Lands are taken from zamindars and given to others.
I have the document.
Okay,
How
Possibly
many plots of lands are recorded in the name
Patta,
of the
how
petitioner, his
patta?
wife, his father, his
that
mother?
may happen. That
Okay.
does not make me
We'll-
Zamindar.
কি বললাম? Mr. Spencer Learned Advocate appearing for the petitioner
দু-তিনটা round হবে।
submits that the land against which the fund under Awas Jojona scheme has been granted to the private respondent is a land recorded as patta in favor of the petitioner. The petitioner raised such dispute before the Pradhan and other respondent authorities, state authorities, respondent state authorities. However, no steps has been taken, hence this writ petition. The private respondent as well as state respondent seeks to file affidavit in opposition. Let such affidavit in opposition be filed by state respondent as well as private respondents within a period of 2 weeks. 1 week, file reply. You file an affidavit,
Lordship, affidavit in opposition, Lordship.
affidavit in opposition. Do you know? 3 weeks for written in motion.
Grateful to Lordship. No. No, vacation is at
3
the
weeks.
end of May. End of May. So May.
You file your affidavits, let us see.
Yes. Grateful to Lordship. I need to reconsider my learned friend's submission. Then I have to charge my fees accordingly from my clients. Those who are
Why?
Zamindars.
You're not.
Zamindars according to him. They are the Zamindars.
I will annex those documents, Milord,
So,
that the petitioner.
I need to see.
The petitioner, they are actually the erstwhile Jomindars.
Then I need to see. Zamindars receiving patta, I have to see.
Yes, Milord.
Then I have to talk to them. I know they are cultivators. I will have to see whether they were Zamindars.
This is going on.
Is he enlightening you?
Yes, it is helping me. I need
Okay, go back to your
I need to
client and place your submission before your client. That
Yes,
learned advocate on the adversary has raised this issue.
I need to
Kindly
consider-
disclose.
Yes,
Yes.
I need to consider whom I am representing.
Okay.
It's matter of
Thank
Zamindars.
Okay.
Now vested.
Yes. Thank you.
Number 56.
57.
56, my lord, I am appearing on behalf of the statement.
Okay. Affidavit of service.
Service, my lord, when it was, I think was backed, it is showing, my lord, but thereafter I opted the delivery report, my lord, it is delivered, my lord, all the response.
Delivered.
Private response.
তাহলে কি করা হবে? File a fresh affidavit annexing the delivery reports
So this,
on
my lord, I
on
updated.
Tuesday. এটা কবেকার আছে? 25 তো? তাহলে থার্সডেতে রেখে দাও। ওটা ব্যাক করে দিই। Learned advocate for the petitioner seeks accommodation to file affidavit of service annexing the track consignment report on 24th. Please this matter 24th under the same heading. 24th.
Much.
কোনটা? ওই সব এ করে তো আসছে আর করছেও না। ডাকো 500 করে ডাকো। এইটা হয়ে যাক নাকি, কি বলছে দেখি, তারপরে ডেকে দেবে লাস্ট 3:30।
Item number 57.
I'm for the respondent number 9, man.
9. Petitioner, you are for the petitioner.
Yes.
Affidavit,
I have five.
state is there. Your private respondent.
Private respondent number 7, 9, man.
Pradhan.
I have made a representation of simple prayer, my lord. The private respondent made construction over the portion of his ownership. Kindly page one of kindly see page 36. He is the actual owner of land more than one, less than 1 decimal. Page 36, my lord.
Pradhan is not the respondent?
Yes.
Where is the service upon Pradhan?
What happened, sir? Video, DM.
Pradhan.
Yes.
Where is the service?
9.
STO. PDO. No? Pradhan, you have not said? Yes, 8.
Yes.
Deliver. Okay.
Okay, page 36, my lord. Kindly, my lord. Petition number 3482. Chittaranjan Pal is the private respondent.
3482 is the property.
Number. And he is owner less than 1 decimal. Kindly 0.001 kindly see, my lord. But he has constructed over 1600 square feet of land. And I prayed only, my lord, the unauthorized portion of construction should be removed. They may obtain, my lord, permission, building permission for their ownership, not more than their ownership. And I am the co-sharer.
You are the co-sharer.
Yes.
My lord, I got the permission in the year of 2015, my lord. My lord, he has suppressing all the materials, my lord, he has filed the writ application, my lord. My lord, same construction, he has filed the civil suit and PR portion the same, my lord, kindly see. And got the injunction, my lord, on the same plot of. Same plot of. Petitioner 1 file. My second point, my lord, petitioner number 2 file the representation, my lord, he is not the owner of this land, my lord. Kindly representation page 40.
That I have stated. Why? Background 8, my lord.
What is the order passed in the civil?
Civil, my lord, first page, my lord.
Order.
Front page, my lord. Status quo, not. Front page, my lord.
Front page.
Written, yes.
Oh. Information suit. Then. Okay. This suit is for partition.
My lord, PR portion, kindly see the PR portion. Partition.
But this is
In connection with the conversion and.
I said when I am co-sharer.
Yes.
My lord, got the permission in the year of 2015, my lord, kindly permission. My lord, section
Panchayat Act 23, subsection 4, provision of appeal, my lord. Kindly see it up. 30. No. Rules here. Yes. Any person agree on an order or is.
May I reply?
My lord, kindly see the appeal.
Gram Panchayat, West Bengal Gram Panchayat Administration Rules, Rule 38. There is a provision of appeal. Any decision of the Gram Panchayat, if he is agreed, if he has not given permission, or the permission has been given illegally, he has to refer an appeal before the block development officer.
Then he is not
I am
challenging the
not there. I am not there.
not challenging the
They may got permission, they may obtain permission, but they cannot construct over their portion, beyond their portion. I am not challenging their permission order. I am challenging the additional construction.
Yes, my lord, kindly see the representation. Here portion, my lord.
30 Rule 38 of
West Bengal Panchayat, Gram Panchayat Administration Rules.
2004. 38.
Video.
But then Rule 38 is where there is a refusal to grant permission. Here is a permission which has been granted. He is agreed. Suppose he is agreed by the permission granted.
I am not agreed by the permission. He may obtain
Please, sir.
permission. Wait,
Let us understand the provision. If it is refused by a Gram Panchayat to grant permission, then the appeal can be filed. But a person says that the permission has been granted illegally, ought not to have been granted. Suppose it's a JOL, classified as JOL, which contravenes Rule 26. 38, he cannot file an appeal in 38. It does not say that any person agreed by the decision of a Gram Panchayat in according permission or not according permission can approach the court, appellate court. It says that if the Gram Panchayat refuses to grant permission, then appeal lies by the person who applied for grant of permission. Correct? Am I clear? So if a
Here the case is that, my lord, he is claiming that, my lord, if you also can page 40 of the representation.
Yes.
Hmm.
48.
Page 14.
Yes.
That's not of the second paragraph.
Hmm.
Under the facts and circumstances, and in terms of the provision section 23 of the West Bengal Panchayat Act, as amended up to date, as well as in the light of the central decision of the Honorable High Court, I do hereby request you to take immediate steps for demolish the part of the unauthorized building being unauthorized construction erected or made constructed by the second party without having no ownership, right title limited or over the land more than 436 square feet. That is 1 decimal over the land in LR plot number such and such within the Procedural block in the district of Hubli by cancelling the permission if granted by the concerned Gram Panchayat for reconstruction of the building and or second party over the extra land and if permission has not been granted separately for 436, the land then remove, demolish entire construction made by the second party over the said plot of land in accordance with law.
So which is the authority to cancel?
The Pradhan is
Pradhan will refer the matter to the SPO.
SDO for cancellation.
Kindly, I place the amendment act.
Yes. If it is unauthorized, my lord, the section 5 of subsection 23, if it is unauthorized, then he will refer to the SDO for taking decision.
Okay.
And whether, my lord, it is more than 436 or not.
His civil is case is pending, he has challenged this part portion, my lord.
That is
And civil court has passed this injunction order, my lord.
Otherwise,
More than
but
436.
they are absolute honor of,
Petition has filed, my lord.
they are absolute honor of 436, no dispute, but they cannot construct beyond that portion. My grievance is this one.
On the subject, same subject plot of land, kindly see, my lord.
They may obtain permission, they may building.
Okay.
I am only over additional construction.
My lord, this is, my lord, the pure question of civil dispute, because whether 436 or sanction has been given.
Inquire the site by the
Pradhan, how the Pradhan, the BLR could be made party, whether measurement and already there is a civil suit.
Civil injunction আছে we only file করেছি
Partition. Partition means the
share.
they will not get the share on 1 inch extra. They will get their share, no doubt, but they cannot construct beyond their area, my lord. I am,
So what is the application filed before the civil court? Since there is a status quo order,
status quo order.
so there, as per you, there is a violation of the injunction order. Have you filed any application under Order 39 Rule 2A?
For civil case, I have no
No,
instruction.
you can, if you make the same contention of a co-sharer constructing on an area which is beyond his share, as you say,
No, partition is
Then-
partition, my lord.
then
There is no
the
construction.
similar contention before the civil court, you have not taken any steps or informed the court by way of an application that there is a violation of the order passed.
No, but in the civil suit, my lord, there is only partition.
Partition in respect of a share.
On your application, the
Yeah.
order has been passed upon both the parties to maintain status quo.
Status.
Now, if a defendant violates that order and makes construction, what is the steps taken by the petitioner as plaintiff before the trial court, civil court?
Violation case.
So you have not taken any steps. If you say that there is a difference in measurement, he doesn't, he have a lesser land as per the law. If there is a encroachment or beyond that he is making construction, then survey commission has to be ordered by the court. এটাকে একটু অপি রেখে দেবেন 22nd ওপরে আসবে 22nd কবে আসবে
27, 23rd, my lord.
24th
Get
24th হবে 25 তো টপি রেখে জাস্ট একটু নট টু টেক করে দাও affidavit of service ওই দিনই নেব স্যার ইউ টেক ব্যাক ইউর affidavit of service place it on that day I have heard you এটাও দিয়ে দিন ওনাকে you place these documents on that day এটা দেবনাথ বাবু yes Dilabha. एक मिनट মন্ত্রী যেমন আছে থাক